Hello everybody. Well, I got another little toy, I guess you could say, that I purchased. Got it online at Sweet Vapes. I bought the charging pad for my Vaporshark. Of course, I've seen there's maybe about 2 or 3 videos that are actually out there on it. And I understand why there's not many on it, because there's not really a whole lot to see off of it, but I thought I would go ahead and just throw one in. So yeah, bought the pad off of Sweet Vapes. They're going for $24.99. Not too bad of a price. I hear that you can buy a standard charging pad for say a phone or some other wireless device, and they say that that will work with it. I don't know, not even going to worry about trying to fool with it to find out or not, but I know all this works. So what you get in this particular package, you'll get the pad itself with a foot of cord attached to it with a USB connector. It also comes with 3 foot of extra cord, and not even really extra cord. I think you'll probably use both of them together, because unless you've got a top mount on a computer that you can just set this in and plug it directly in, that would be the only application there I would see maybe. But so it gives you a total of 4 foot of cord. The thing that you have to do that I really didn't care for is that you have to purchase your wall connector, and that I wasn't too happy about right there. And with me being OCD, I guess a little bit, I wanted everything Vaporshark, so I spent the $12.99 on it. It's a 2 amp plug-in, and they require that you at least run, I believe it's a 1.5 to 2 amp adapter for this charging port. So purchased that, got it in over the weekend, and I tried plugging it into a surge protection strip that I've got a lot of my computer stuff hooked up on. The first night I charged it, left it on there for a while, charged great, nothing, no problems. Was on there last night, actually on the computer for a little bit, and had it charging, and just happened to reach over and feel it, and that joker was hot. I don't know if it's supposed to get that way or not, but it was a little bit hotter than what I would think that it should be. So I unplugged it from there, plugged it straight into a wall connection, and let it charge. Got just a little bit warm, not much, but nowhere near what it did off of that. So I don't know what happened there, but my suggestion would be to you, if you've purchased a device like this and you're wanting to go that route, you might want to just plug this into your wall connection and let it charge like that. I also heard through somebody else too that I don't know if it's just a fluke or whatever, but the cord that comes with the Vaporshark, because you can charge it like that too with the battery in it. Somebody plugged theirs into a computer and said it charged just like that, and that's kind of scary to know that you can charge an 18650 that quick. So like I said, just got it. Really hadn't had just a whole lot of time to mess with it, but there's not much to it. So like I said, I showed you what's came with it. I'll put it together for you real fast. So of course you've got these two ends that hook together like that, and then you've got your other that plugs into your adapter like that. It's all got the little Vaporshark logos on everything. So I'm just going to plug it in real fast to this and just kind of show you what it'll do. So when this turns on, there's a little red light on the pad. So you get this little red light going on right there. And all you have to do is just lay the device on. And there it goes. The light turns green. And I'll show you that one more time. So that will go back red like it just did, and then when you want to charge it, of course you got to put it on there just right. There it goes. So you'll see the little red ring around the fire button on the Vaporshark come on, and when that light turns green, the Vaporshark itself is completely charged. So, not much to it, but pretty neat. Like I said, all you can do is just lay your device on it and let it charge. So, neat little toy to have, I guess. So anyway, now on that particular setup, that I have the RDNA 40. So the difference between this and the DNA, my battery is not built into the device. So I can take this skin off, pull the door, and remove the battery. On the DNA, the battery is actually built into it. And over time, when that battery ever goes out, you'll have to send it back into Vaporshark, and I think it's for 25 bucks they'll replace the battery out. But what is so cool about this one is that the wireless charging card is actually built into this device. And on the DNAs, you have to purchase an external card. It's a real flimsy card. You have to have a skin, a little shark skin like that. And what you'll do is you'll kind of fold the skin back. You'll tuck the card underneath the skin and the wall of the shark. There is a little connector on the card that goes into that micro port, and you push it in. And once you push that in and you've got it all set up, then you can lay your Vaporshark down on that pad and it'll charge it. Now they say those cards are very flimsy. I don't even know the price of the cards, but like I said, I enjoy the fact mine's all built in and I don't have to worry about all that crap. And as you can see, I can charge it with the skin on or off. It doesn't matter which. So, but yeah. Still been rocking the Free Max Star on here. They've got a new Free Max Star coming out, by the way. We'll talk about that real quick. Matter of fact, I'm on the site where it's at. And I'll give you a few. I love this tank right here. This tank is just awesome. I've said it in a couple of my videos, but I think out of all the sub-ohm tanks right now, it just, man, this thing rocks right here. So the new Free Max Star is going to be a Pro TCT tank. So temperature controlled. I don't know what specs they give on this tank right yet. It doesn't look like much. Of course, temp controlled. You'll be able to do 0.15s on the NI200 DVC coils. It will be a top fill tank. Still has the huge bottom airflow on it. It'll be 100% Japanese organic cotton. They're also putting an airflow control on the drip tip, which I've got another drip tip I use for this. It's black. It has that. That just lets in too much air for me. I don't really care for it. And one thing we picked up on here, me and somebody else, is that it looks as though they've changed the design of the coils for this. So it looks like the Aspire Atlantis coils will no longer work with this. Unless the Triton, that is a new temperature control tank coming out by Aspire, is going to have the same coils as these, and you can kind of go back and forth. Because right now I'm running an Atlantis nickel coil in this, because at the time, the Freemax Star, they do not have any nickel coils. And if you're not doing temp control, it's not that you're missing out, but temp control is nice. I've got to enjoy it, but they're still going to have the two options on it. On temp control coils, your options are going to be a 0.15 or a 0.25. And on your regular Canthal coils, you're going to be able to run a 0.25 or a 0.5. So basically pretty standard stuff what's going on with it all. They don't state how many coils is going to come with what, if they're going to do one nickel coil, one Canthal coil. There's just nothing here on it. I don't even have an actual date of when it's supposed to hit. But I don't believe I'm going to purchase any more sub-ohm tanks until this one comes out, and I'm definitely going to get my hands on that one. Like I said, I love this one so much, I can only imagine, or I'm hoping that it's going to be about the same. So, and like I said, I've got a ton of sub-ohm tanks, and, you know, not to say that this thing's going to be, you know, a lot more special or anything, but out of all my tanks, this is the one I go to normally, and I just feel as though that's going to be a real good tank right there also. So probably going to pull the trigger and go ahead and do that too. So also coming up, I've really been debating on this, and I think this is going to be more for the dripping aspect of things, but I've been flip-flopping between the two, and I think I'm almost at a point. I think I'm about to do, oh goodness, I don't even show it. Oh, there it is. Thinking about doing the IPv3 LI, the 165 watt temp control box mod by Pioneer for you. They're showing them doing tomorrow between the 23rd and the 26th. There's a few places that have them now. They're running anywhere, I think, between $99 to $109. They're pretty sharp. Really, really liking that. I don't do extensive wattage like this thing's showing, but I like the design of it. I kind of like the touch sensor that they have on it, that it actually works and all that's in place. I've also been looking at and really I've only got to see one little video that somebody put out, the new Sigeli 75 watt temp control that's coming out. I'm curious, it's going to be a flip-flop between the two. Of course, I believe the Sigeli 75 watt is going to be probably looking at maybe 20 or 30 bucks cheaper, I think. Oops. But I don't know which one yet I want to do. I'd really like to see the Sigeli come out and, you know, get a little test drive for some folks before I bite down on it. It makes me a little worried to buy some of this stuff right out the gate, because I keep up with it so much that I get to see all the problems that everybody's experiencing here. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, those two, one of the, either the Sigilli or the Pioneer for You, one of those is going to be in the future here pretty soon. So hadn't really seen anything else out there that just, you know, is making me really going crazy over anything. There is news floating around, and it appears to be true, that the Evolved DNA is about to put out a 200-watt chip. I don't know what devices that'll be going into. I know Vaporshark they've got a flask that's coming out. I don't know how well that's going to sell. I know they dropped the prices on these, which still is kind of got me a little upset there. But the Vaporsharks, it's an awesome. Woo. And that's just 40 watts at 500 degrees at 0.16 on temp control. I mean, this thing works like, that's what it is. It's a workhorse. It's not a shark. It's a workhorse. Love it. I can't tell you how well this device works. I'm so glad I made this purchase for it. Also still been enjoying doing a little dripping. Got the Dark Horse Mini on there. Probably going to be looking at another dripper pretty soon too. I love this one, but after messing with this one now, I'm getting a little hooked on that, and just, you know, not so much that I have to have one, but maybe just something a little different in appearance and looks. You know, like I said, I'm really slowly venturing into this, but it's, you know, it's pretty cool. And I'm still only running this thing at 50 watts, and, you know, like I said, it works its butt off. So, and the battery life on that joker's been awesome too. So, everything else I've got has just pretty much been kind of sitting there, not really collecting dust. But I got quite a bit of stuff that's not getting used, and this is really the two main things in the fleet. This goes everywhere with me, and this one is just pretty much for around the house. But this is my second weekend with it, and like I said, this weekend it's been pretty enjoyable to use. And like I said, I'm getting I guess keeping it at that lower wattage and not having to just drip constantly off of it. But, and here I am using all this video time up when it was really just showing you the pad, but I've kind of ventured into a few others. Also like to give a late shout out to everybody on Happy Father's Day. I hope all the fathers out there had a good day. I know I did. My kids hooked me up pretty good, and my wife. Good spending some time with them. I also like to thank all my subscribers out there in the States, out of the States. It's pretty cool to get hit up from people out of the country. So that's been building up some. Matter of fact, over the weekend, I just hit over my 100 mark, so that was a little milestone for me. Uh, what I see a lot of these guys doing, though, and like I said, I'm a pretty honest guy, so I'm straight up front with you. Uh, I enjoy the people subscribing to me. I hope what little things I can show has helped people with stuff. I've had quite a few questions hit me on different things, and I hope I've been helpful there. I'm going to continue on doing these videos, but I'm not trying to reel people in. I'm not trying to, tell you I'm going to give you stuff, for me hitting this and that. And I understand it with a lot of these guys because they are hooked up with vendors, and vendors are pushing a lot of items to them, and that's cool. If I was hooked up with a vendor, I would probably do the same thing. The point of the matter is I'm not hooked up with any vendors. Everything that I've shown you on all of my videos has come out of my own pocket. So, and this is kind of a hobby to me, so I'm not buying stuff just to give it away. I'm building up a little collection. I enjoy doing that. So don't get me wrong. Like I said, if I was hooked up with somebody and was getting the extra items to do, I would probably do little giveaways. But everything I do, I purchase out of my own pocket. I'm not getting anything extra, anything like that. Everything I get, I use, and so. But I really would like to thank everybody that has subscribed to me. I hope I get more subscribers. I think we all should work together in this. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm still learning stuff day by day. I guess smoking was such a big part of my life after getting off of it and getting on stuff like this. And knowing the difference it's made in my life, I'm pretty passionate about it. As funny as that might seem, vaping, but cigarettes had a real bad control over my life, and I'm so glad to be away from that now. So, like I said, I enjoy the vaping. So with that, I guess I'm going to get off here. Like I said, any questions, comments, anything, hit me up. Please keep subscribing. I hope you like the videos. And like I said, pretty soon going to probably have a few new items to show. I'll definitely be doing that new Freemax Star when it comes out. And like I said, I'm still kind of on the rocks on whether I'm going to go with between the Sigeli or the Pioneer for You, but I feel like one of those devices are going to be in the fleet here sooner or later. So I'll also do a little review on that when I get it. And whatever other good things come into play with all this, I always see things out there I like, but I've got so much of it now, I kind of question whether or not I really just need it, or, because like I said, everything I buy, I pretty much use. But there's certain things I use a whole lot more of than others. But it's kind of cool to get a collection going of it. Like I said, I've got a fairly little decent one now. So, but anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate everything, and we'll be talking to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day.